Welcome back. This is our third conversation, and a big part of the September celebrations is looking beautiful. I know, for those ladies and even some men as well.
Yeah.
But this morning we will be talking to Marissa Lopez. She's a cosmetologist over at Blue Studio, and she's here to give us some updates on her journey as a beautician through the business of beauty. Good morning, Miss Lopez. How you doing?
Morning, everyone. First off, I would like to say thank you for hosting me. Blue Studio is more than just a regular business. It is my passion. It is my future career. And I'm here to advocate about it. I'm here to inform people, to advertise that, it's more than just getting your nails, getting your lashes, This is someone's passion, and this is other people's passion.
Yeah.
So apart from just being a beauty studio, we also offer training. We offer training of body wax, facials, lash extensions, not only just for beginners, but also for intermediate, for people who want a little refresher, a little update on,
I
their
have
skills.
to say,
That's
Marissa, you jumped straight in. Like the conversation just started, and she's like, look, this is my passion. We can advertise. We want to teach you. But let's reel it back a little bit.
Okay.
I'm so inspired by you. Off the bat, I can tell you right away. One of the things I think is so amazing is how young you are, and how successful you are at such an early age. You are a beautician, and I say beautician because you're more than a cosmetologist, it seems like. It's an all-arounder type thing.
It's a whole team. I got
a whole team taking place here. You have a beauty studio called Blues Studio, yes? Are you the owner of the studio?
I'm actually the co-founder.
Okay.
So this business, we have two branches. We have one that just this month started here in Belize City. And then we have another one, the original one, which was made in San Ignacio.
Okay.
It was co-founded by myself and my role model, my mother.
Aww.
She is my biggest supporter in this. Honestly, I wouldn't be where I am without her.
So tell me then how you got into the beauty industry in the first place.
So as I said, I always had a passion for beauty. Little girls, you're always inspired by, I'm the youngest sibling of three. I have an older sister, and she was always doing her makeup, doing her lashes, doing everything, the whole works, and I just loved it. And it's not something that I just wanted to get done, but I enjoy the empowerment you feel when getting these services done, because it's not just about how you look, but it's about how you feel.
Yeah.
It's more than just makeup. It's about confidence. It's about self-care, self-expression.
Yeah. One of the things I've observed is how quickly and how much the beauty industry has evolved from times before us. When I think of our parents and what they considered beauty trends then versus what's taking place now, I know one of the big comparisons is 2016 makeup to what's taking place now as well. How do you go about keeping up with everything that's taking place? You're 19, but there's so many things that's happening now, so many trends that people are following. I see teeth gems being a big thing.
Yes.
Although I will say, I remember in the early 2000s, that was a thing too. But you have to keep up with what's taking place. How do you go about studying that?
It's a bit overwhelming. I'm actually studying marketing at Galen University.
Okay.
So I am a full-time student, and I recently got the Peer Mentor Scholarship, so I'm also working on that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's a lot to keep up with, but time management is really your best friend with this. We have another business, which is Crepes and Cravings, also started this last December actually, so it doesn't even have a year. We're about to open that up. So it's a lot of time management between everything. What we try to advocate and spread awareness is the fact that the beauty industry keeps changing every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes there's something new. If it's not with lashes, it's with nails. If it's not with nails, it's with body waxing, different products. So we really try to keep up with it by going international. So I've actually, the teeth gemming, I just learned it. I brought my professor actually from the United States here.
Okay.
Because time management, man. I'm studying, I couldn't just leave, so I brought her down here. And we go to Guatemala, we go to Mexico, we take some courses online in Europe, in Asia, because this is where the products originate from.
Yes.
So we bring them here, but they're actually made elsewhere. So
just to kind of get me in the loop a bit.
Right.
Let's talk about, explain, but help me understand what are some of the trends.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're talking about trends, and
What's
I know,
hot right now in the
I know
beauty
you
industry?
understand, but I'm not sure
It's okay.
as to
I'll
what's
fill
hot
you
in the
in.
industry.
So right now it's carnival season. You know, September. Everyone's doing their nails. You know, it's bold lashes, different lengths of nails, colors, hair extensions, all of the works. But what it really is about is self-expression. So what I do lashes. So doesn't mean that doing your lashes has to be like those big bulky lashes. No. What do you want to add? You want to add length to your lashes? We can do that. I cater to what people want for themselves. So I try to understand what it is your goal. How do you want to look, present yourself, and I will do my best to make you come to life.
Well, you said you spoke about something on your teeth.
Yeah,
It's a-
teeth
Tooth
gem.
gems. So
The tooth gem.
Yeah, it's like
Ah.
little like gemstones.
And you
Little
just put it in, aren't you afraid you swallow it?
gonna stay on.
I've actually swallowed 3.
Oh!
If I'm being honest, but they are human friendly. And I'm okay, I'm fine. You know, trial and error. Trial and error with
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's better with me and not with you.
Right. How does it stick?
It's very superficial, so it's on the teeth. They use the braces glue, stick it right on there, put the gem, cure it. It has a little more steps,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
If nothing else, it draws attention, right? You already have a beautiful smile,
Thank you.
and then to have that is like, oh, okay, I didn't expect to see that.
Is this a type of service that only women get?
No, teeth gems. I've had a lot of music producers recently because it adds the bling, you know.
Yeah.
So Paul, you can get teeth gems.
Yeah,
Yes,
come over.
actually, yeah.
They have. I only have 2 tooth gems right now because I'm very basic. So I don't get a lot. But there's people who want the full bling. Full bling. You know, like, the service goes up to $200. People full like 5 teeth full of gems. It's mainly it's a form of self-expression. So you know, some people do less, some people do more. It's more of what you want.
Yeah. So that's one of the newer trends that I say making a comeback, because I remember seeing that back in the day.
It was a thing. It was a thing.
I remember that. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. So what are other services that you guys also provide that are pretty popular right now?
Ooh, lashes, man.
Yeah, talk about that.
Everybody wants to look good right now.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's finding a way to shine a little brighter on the road. So they want some clean brows, you know, some bold lashes, and a glow in the face.
Yes.
So we also do facials and facial treatments for those who, you know, are interested in like a deep cleaning, some who need hydration. Belize is really hot.
Yes.
And skincare is really important.
So I know for this weekend coming up for certain, there will be a lot of people who would want to get their makeup done or their skin prepped for the road. A lot of sweating, a lot of sun, contact with the sun. You just mentioned that one of your studios have recently opened here in Belize City. Do you have any space for persons who would like to get their makeup done?
Yes, of course. I teamed up with a group of amazing women. Vanessa, that's her name. She's one of a makeup very popular.
Edwards?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
very
fantastic.
popular makeup artist here. We're working together. We have our studio together. So it's not only me. I also have a bunch of girls who are excited to have people who want a service, people who who are ready to build their career. So if you're ready to be an entrepreneur, if you have a passion for beauty, I'm here for that.
So we said we spoke about teeth gems or tooth gems. We spoke about makeup. We spoke about lashes.
I want to go on the lashes.
Okay,
I just want to
all
learn
right.
something else on the lashes. How do you? Is there like a way to determine what length of lash suits
Yes.
specific face and I don't know, style or type?
That's a good question, because
It's a good
people
question.
normally just go in with what they want, right? But
Yeah, but sometimes they do have the one in a million occasion when they ask you like, what suits me
What
best?
suit me, yeah.
And it's face symmetry. So
Face
when you
symmetry.
learn brows, you also learn about face symmetry, because we do a mapping, which is a universal thing that we map out based on your symmetry to get the best shape for you. So we do that with brows, and we also do that with lashes.
Yeah.
So with lashes, we also look at the care of lashes. You know, some people have very fragile lashes. So those are the people who are not able to get a full mega volume in your face lashes. There's other people who have longer lashes. So maybe instead of a lash extensions, they get a lash lift. I work with what you want and what is best for you. You know, they have some stubborn clients that they're like, I don't care. I
I
want the
want
mega
that.
volume.
Yeah.
Give me that. I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's what you want. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
It's just my professional advice wouldn't be that.
So a mega volume, I kind of understand what it means just by the term. But what sort of symmetry would that fit based on your experience?
Ooh, I do that on people who have less lashes. So mega volume is for density, is for volume. So it's adding a cluster lash, like a cluster, pinch, fan, whatever how you can understand it better, of lashes to an individual. So that one adds volume and length.
So what type of lashes would you recommend for me to get? I have
Short lashes, cut them all. I'm just kidding.
So I feel like I have pretty full lashes. Let me take out my glasses.
Thank you.
But I'm also not the type to go with a lot of anything.
You have a gorgeous eyes, let me say that.
Thank you.
And also because of your profession, I would do, you don't need much because
Yeah.
you have lashes, a lot of lashes, and they're long. But because of her profession, I would probably do with a wet set.
A wet set.
That
What's
is
a
what it's
wet
called.
It's not wet fet, wet set.
Set.
Yeah, let's get it correct.
So it's classic, so it adds length and it all adds color.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So what I do is I pick up a bunch of lashes and I apply them on your lash, but instead of fanning it out, I would just put it together. So it looks like a mascara effect, longer and dark.
Okay.
You know, because for the cameras you need something that shows a little bit more, but you don't need a volume set.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get it either.
Yeah, I like it. What's like the average time a client should set out for like getting their lashes done?
That's a very good question. As a beginner, people struggle with this. All of my students have struggled with the time because this is patience, man. We're sticking one individual lash at a time. So one-on-one. So when you're a beginner, I actually took 6 hours my
What?
first time. I
No.
took
Oh, yes,
6 hours
when
my
you're a
first
beginner,
time.
yeah.
Yes, I will be fully transparent because there's
No, I
lash
love that.
artists who start and who get frustrated about this. So don't be frustrated. I took 5 lashes on those 6 hours. 5 lashes on those 6 hours. I don't know how I continued my dedication.
The thing is, I don't blame you because we're talking about the eyes here, and that's a very delicate area, a very sensitive area. There are people who might have reactions to glue, to the lashes itself. So
But
it
it's
makes
no
sense that you
longer
would
6
take some-
hours.
No.
right?
Let me.
Yes, that's correct.
No, now with years of experience, I've been here for almost 5 years.
Wow.
I take an hour and a half, 2 hours if they're really full, dense, natural lashes, because this is one by one. So I usually tell them 2 hours. I don't like to be rushed. You know, beauty takes time and money, a lot of money. So 2 hours is about it. I also do a consultation to ask like, what is it that they're looking for and what is it that I can do for them.
And how long before they fall out?
It takes, honestly, it's worth the money. It's worth the money. It
I
takes
love
about-
Paul's reaction, like, you really get your money worth. How long it takes? I got you.
We saw you. It takes about 2 weeks for
Okay.
a fill. A fill means that they slowly start falling off. Because our natural lashes shed. I don't know if you knew that, but they naturally
Oh,
shed.
yeah, actually, yeah,
You rub
because
your
I've
eye.
had lashes fall and
Yeah.
they fall on my
Right.
Make a wish.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they naturally shed, and then we do a fill that is about 60% of the price. So if you paid $100 for it, then the fill is just $60 to last you another week.
Okay.
Okay.
good.
Not
See?
bad, right?
I'm learning.
Seven will come to you and ask to get her lashes done 20 years from now, and you'll
Yes.
dish out probably $200 because the price will go up.
And hopefully you're still in the business.
Yes, she
and-
will be.
Of course I will
Okay,
be in the
so we
business.
spoke about lashes. Let's go over to makeup. That's going to be a really big deal, I think, for this weekend. There are going to be women that will want to get their makeup done. I know for Carnival especially, they kind of add gems on their face too.
Yeah.
Talk about the types of makeup that you specialize in or that your team will be doing.
Right. So Vanessa has her own team. She has a lot of experience. You know, she has her own clientele and what's not. But for Carnival, you know, people don't want the clean girl look.
Yeah.
You know, they want color, they want expression. So that's what's gonna be in for this weekend.
Do we still have time to book?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
How would I come on the show and not have time?
Yeah.
Girl, I don't know
Right.
because I feel like people book weeks in advance, months in advance for
but
Carnival.
keep in mind, I opened the 1st of September and today is the 4th.
Okay.
So this is very, very new for Belize City clientele. I'm very well known in San Ignacio, not as much in the city, so I'm trying to build up the clientele here.
Well, let's talk waxing next because that's also pretty popular, I think, all over. Women and men do waxing. Do you have a team over there that will be doing some body waxing?
Yes, some body waxing up from your eyebrows down to your legs and everything in between. We wax. Everything that has hair, I can remove.
How do you go about, as well, when it comes to face shape, finding the right shape to do eyebrows?
So symmetry, actually, there's steps that you must do with everyone. So it changes and it depends, and you customize for every different face shapes. But symmetry.
And for people who don't have much eyebrows, do you do like the fillers? I know there are some people that do.
Tint.
Yeah, the tinting. Do you do that?
Yeah, the henna, the microblading, everything except hair. I don't do hair. Hair is a whole other world, and I'm not ready for that. Maybe in a couple of years, maybe when your daughter comes knocking my door, maybe I already have that service in.
I love that.
How about nails?
Nails. I started with nails back when I was 15. That was my first class that I took. But as I get older, I realize that everybody does nails.
Yeah.
And as rough as that sounds, there's certain people who prefer to pay cheaper than higher price and quality. So I have slowly let myself go from the nail industry. Nails change every 5 seconds, man. Changes every 5 seconds. There's some new technique, some new shapes, some new colors, some new flowers, some new everything. And I've tried to invest more time in my lashes and on my lash maker than nails. So I still offer the service, but it's not something that will be on my menu for too long.
Yeah, if nothing else, I am inspired by your interest and your investment in this industry. The fact that you have that stick-to-itiveness at such a young age, and that you've thrown yourself fully into it from 5 years ago, which is you were just a young teenager, right?
14 or 15.
14 or 15. I am thoroughly inspired. So I want to say congratulations.
Thank you. I'm here to advocate for everyone of all types and ages, because there's people who started later in life, there's people who started earlier. You know, we all go through the same changes, you know, from a beginning to an intermediate to a professional. You know, you slowly build your self-confidence, you slowly build a clientele, you slowly start believing in yourself as well. When you start, it's a rough path. And that's why we love training people, because we can help you, we can guide you through it. It's not just for you receive the course and then you're out the door and I don't know you. No, I guide you through everything. There's a new products you want to know about. I probably have tested it. I can tell you about it. There's a new environment. I'm gonna change cities and I'm not sure if my product will work over there. I can recommend another one for you if the weather is different. You know. There's everything that we help our students and guide them through their path, because we've been there.
So you guys are looking for new students or new talents, and for persons who would like to get in contact with you, how can they do so?
So we have 2 pages. We have, we have 2 branches. We have Blue Studio Belize City and Blue Studio San Ignacio. They can always reach out on WhatsApp. You know, the number is 631-0826. They can reach out. They can email Blue Center Belize. You're always welcome, man. If you're interested in a service, if you're interested in starting and building a new business, Blue Studio can help with both.
And what's the story behind the Blue and the Blue Studio?
With the Blue Studio, it's actually a running joke.
Okay.
Because I've always been a mommy's girl. I love my mom, and she holds a very dear place in my heart. And when we moved here, because we're actually from Guatemala, so we're from Guatemala. We moved here years ago when I was like 1. So I was raised here in Belize. This is all I've ever known. We usually see people as colors. You know, sometimes people remind you of a certain color. So when we were looking for a name, my mom suggested she likes blue, and I'm like, yeah, Belize reminds me of blue because, you know, it's powerful, it's empowering, but it's also comforting. You know, you there's a little bit of both in that color. And I'm like, great, okay, that could be our color. And she's like, no, I want that name. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's how we stuck out. Blue Studio. It represents empowerment. It represents comfort, guidance. And that's about us.
Yes.
All right. Well, I like the story.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a pleasure learning a bit more about your journey as an entrepreneur, as a beautician, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for hearing about my business.
All right, we take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we have a game to jump into,
Pictionary.
Paul. We'll be playing Patriotic Pictionary. Say that 5 times fast. We'll be right back.